Hey, good morning. It's Dr. Bob Flower, and today is Monday, April 22nd, and this is our master pattern report. We haven't reported for a couple of weeks. So what's going on here with our metals? This drop was, as we had anticipated and informed you of at our last show. We think that there's going to be an up move relatively soon, within the next 30 days, but not a big one. We're around that $23.25. We're looking for a bounce back up to around that 25.50 mark. But the cycles that we're looking at for silver and gold in particular are not positive. We think that this level will hold. We think you're going to see more of the threat on the metals and the commodities because there is consideration, as you may or may not know. This whole thing came about because Cyprus announced surreptitiously that they were going to sell off their gold reserves to pay for their bills, but then recanted that move. But there is discussions in the back rooms that that may be what might be going on, not only in Cyprus, but in Italy and in Portugal as well. So the massive sell-offs of that type, while it tends to weaken the economies from which they're emanating, does have an immediate effect of resolving their fiscal issues temporarily. And if this does happen, we better all run for the hills, because the people who are buying the gold and in control of the gold and the commodities are the ones that are going to be making the decisions in the future. Because of course they'll have the only commodity of value, including oil. And let's talk about oil for a moment here. There seems to be a big move. I know we've just started an energy conservation company, and there seems to be a big move out of oil, and as well as a big move in this country into coal and oil, and of course gas. Now, more so than there has been in a number of years, and in spite of the administration. So it is our belief that what's going to happen here, the direction that we're going to be going, is the Middle East is going to become less and less relevant to the world politics and world economies. And like everything else, it's not exactly when it happens, it's when the perception of it hits. And I think you're going to see that happen within the next 12 months. I think you're going to see an open acknowledgement by a number of governments and institutions and large-scale investors towards the recasting of the oil supply power, okay, back into the United States and Canada. So that will change the economies of the world drastically, and will also cause a lot of upheaval. Of course, what will happen then is that these Bedouin countries in the Mideast are going to be suffering a great deal more because they're going to be left to their own devices, and they're going to have to give away the oil in order to stay in competition. Okay, so I think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see the move into that, which is already underway, by the way. but acknowledged openly, again, within the next 12 months, very much so, right? This, again, think about the ramifications that this is going to have on the world economy and on the politics and the threat of instability in other parts of the world. It certainly will help us, but then again, we're going to be subject to the frailties of weak countries making demands on us and Canada in particular, and perhaps parts of South America. Okay, so what's in store for us? Well, we think that tomorrow will be a good day for silver and for oil, and on the 25th, which is Thursday, we think that you're going to see another move with silver. My preliminary opinion of this is that there will be up moves, and depending on how much of a bounce we see, we may see another up move on Thursday with silver. The U.S. economy, the stock market, we think that NASDAQ and the S&P are weak right now, and you're going to start to see further declines here. Remember, we said initially at the beginning of the year that the first 3 quarters of this year we're going to see a lot of trouble, a lot of problems, but that things will break towards the last part of the year. And I think you're going to see a lot of financial issues that have to be resolved here, that will be resolved. There does seem to be more moves politically towards some stability, okay? And everybody's afraid that things will fall apart before the next election, and so therefore the Democrats are afraid that if things do happen in that respect, there's only so much blame that they can blame the Republicans, and of course the Republicans are going to be saying, well, this is all the Democrats' fault because of their loose liberal economic models, right? So that's where we stand. Look forward for tomorrow and Thursday. We will we'll have another report for you next week on the master pattern, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be doing our achievement forum, and I've got some interesting perspectives in models of reality that may help you with your daily issues. So have a good week, enjoy, and we'll see you next week.